Welcome to Kairi TV News. I am your presenter, Donella Rivera. Here are the top stories making the headlines. A new cabinet of ministers has been sworn in office, forming the new government. Strides being taken to revamp Dominica's coconut industry, and stakeholders better positioned to benefit from marine financing. We will be back with more details of these stories and more after the break.
Are you looking for that perfect setup for your conference, seminar, or company function? Or maybe you need a low-budget setup for your party, dinner, or private gathering. How about that professional production for your grand concert, festival, or outdoor event? Kairi Sounds is here to provide you with everything you need. PA system, stage, lighting, microphones, tents, LED digital screens, generators, projectors, crowd barriers, and more. We also offer free event consultation to ensure the success of your special event. Call us today at 612-4050. Kairi Sounds, your partner in sound, stage, and lighting services.
Thank you for staying with us. Top in the news, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt's new look cabinet was sworn into office on Tuesday. Linda Martin has the details.
In his address to the nation on Monday, Prime Minister Skerritt said his decision to include all elected parliamentarians in various levels of ministerial work is so that every constituency will have a voice in the national decision-making process. In this new cabinet structure, several ministerial portfolios have been merged to facilitate the advancement of the sectors, while a new portfolio has also been created to better serve the needs of public officers and enhance the services they provide. The new cabinet sworn in on Tuesday is as follows.
Roosevelt Skerritt, Prime Minister and Minister for Investment and Governance. Honorable Dr. Irvin McIntyre, Minister for Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilience, and Social Security. Honorable Dr. Vince Henderson, Minister for Foreign Affairs, International Business, Trade, and Energy. Senator Reuben Blackmore, Minister for National Security and Legal Affairs. Honorable Cassidy Laville, Minister for Health, Wellness, and Social Services. Honorable Melissa Poppins Skerritt, Minister for Housing and Urban Development. Honorable Roland Royer, Minister for Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy. Honorable Dennis Charles, Minister for Tourism. Honorable Fidel Grant, Minister for Public Works, Public Utilities, and Digital Economy. Honorable Miriam Blanchard, Minister for Labor, Public Service Reform, Social Partnership, Entrepreneurship, and Small Business Development. Honorable Greta Roberts, Minister for Culture, Youth, Sports, and Community Development. Honorable Kozia Frederick, Minister for the Environment, Rural Modernization, Kalinago Upliftment, and Constituency Empowerment. Honorable Octavia Alfred, Minister for Education, Human Resource Planning, Vocational Training, and National Excellence.
Former Senior Minister Reginald Austrie has been invited to serve as a cabinet consultant to guide the new generation of parliamentarians, while Dr. Kenneth Daru will be invited to serve as a special envoy in the office of the Prime Minister with special responsibility for electoral modernization. And former Culture Minister Roslyn Paul will serve as consultant to the cabinet, particularly to the Ministry of Culture.
Honorable Darren Pinard, Minister of State in the Ministry of Labor, Public Service Reform, Social Partnership, Entrepreneurship, and Small Business Development, with specific responsibility for entrepreneurship and small business development. Honorable Julian Defoe, Minister of State in the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy, with specific responsibility for fisheries and the blue economy. Senator Honorable Oscar George, Minister of State in the Ministry of Culture, Youth, Sports, and Community Development, with specific responsibility for youth and sports. Honorable Shakira Lockhart Hippolyte, Minister of State in the Ministry of Public Works, Public Utilities, Digital Economy, with specific responsibility for public utilities, telecoms, and broadcasting. Honorable Dr. Cassandra Williams, Minister of State in the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Social Services, with special responsibility for seniors' security, children at risk, gender affairs, and differently abled. Honorable Fenella Wenham, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Human Resource Planning, Vocational Training, and National Excellence, with specific responsibility for education reform and human resource development. Honorable Darren Lloyd, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of the Environment, Rural Modernization, Kalinago Upliftment, and Constituency Empowerment, with specific responsibility for constituency empowerment. Honorable Lakia Joseph, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy, with specific responsibility for development of community agro enterprises. Senator Kent Edwards, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Social Services, with particular responsibility for community and home care.
Key appointments to postings in Dominica and abroad include the appointment of former Government Minister for Trade Ian Douglas as Dominica's ambassador to Cuba, Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister Missy Henderson to be appointed as High Commissioner to the UK, former Secretary to the Cabinet Steve Farrell to serve as Permanent Representative to the OAS and Ambassador to the US, while Dr. Philbert Aaron serves as Permanent Representative to the UN.
And Mr. Avondale Paul will replace Ambassador Hubert Charles at our embassy in the United Arab Emirates. My intention, ladies and gentlemen, at the first sitting of Parliament to nominate Mr. Joseph Isaac to serve for a second term as the Honourable Speaker in the House of Assembly. Senator Philip Roll will also be nominated as Deputy Speaker of the House of Assembly.
The fifth government senator will be Mr. Austell Lockhart. Linda Martin for Kairi TV News.
Turning our focus now to the country's agriculture sector, Dominica continues to seek ways of reviving its once thriving coconut industry. Nathaniel Durand has that story.
A three-day workshop got underway in Dominica on Monday, where the country will look to the Jamaica experience as it seeks to re-establish the once thriving coconut industry here. The coconut industry was prominent in economic activities on island for many years, which yielded many byproducts such as coconut oil, soaps and others, spearheaded by the then Dominica Coconut Products Limited DCP. However, the industry declined drastically following the passage of Hurricane David in 1979, which devastated the island, wiping out much of the island's coconut plantations. Efforts are underway to revive the industry, with the Ministry of Agriculture hosting a three-day workshop and consultation which started on Monday, aimed at re-establishing the industry. Officer in charge at the Caribbean Agricultural Research and Development Institute, CARDI, Dominica, Dorian Etienne, says his organization will partner with the Ministry of Agriculture to position the coconut industry subsector for future growth and development. Mr. Etienne says there are two pests which are production limiting factors to Dominica's coconut sector.
We are aware of some of the key pests of the crop, the coconut mites, the scales, and currently CARDI is undertaking an evaluation of some control strategies to manage the mites, because from the research that we've done, it shows that the mite is having a significant impact on the quality of the nuts that are being produced. And so we have a field evaluation currently ongoing, where we are looking at two different management strategies for that mite. The scales, the coconut scales, is also a major pest of concern, and CARDI's crop protection specialist, Linton, will be liaising very closely with the head of the plant protection services to put together a program that will address some of the management of the coconut scales.
Participants in the three-day workshop come from a number of agricultural organizations, including the Caribbean Agricultural Research and Development Institute and the International Trade Center, ITC. Nathaniel Durand, Kairi TV News.
On to other news, outgoing president of JCI Dominica, Lindell Felix, says the future of the organization depends on youth involvement in charting the way forward. Felix, who is also a national counselor for JC International in Dominica, is of the view that young persons bring new life, vigor, and energy into an organization. In her end-of-year report, Ms. Felix gave an overview of the organization's achievements throughout 2022 and recommendations for the year ahead. She also thanks JCI Dominica membership for its support throughout her tenure.
JCI Dominica was chosen to be the chief delegate and graduated from the American Leadership Academy in Curacao in May. JCI Dominica was able to attend Area C conference in Curacao in May. Also, we were able to induct 10 new members in August, securing the partnership with key stakeholders in planning the convention in October, successfully completed 10 trainings for the year. Training ranged from JCI courses to personal development and financial, with facilitators from local members to national officers. JCI Strategic Plan 2023 to 2027 tagline is Developing Leaders for a Changing World. Our mission is to provide leadership development opportunities that empower young people to create positive change. And our vision is to be the foremost global network of young, active citizens. Our 4 key strategies are leadership development, brand awareness and visibility, open, efficient and sustainable structure, and data-driven innovation.
Police Constable Michael Daybon will take over president of JCI Dominica from 2023. You are watching Kairi TV News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
Are you looking for that perfect setup for your conference, seminar, or company function? Or maybe you need a low-budget setup for your party, dinner, or private gathering. How about that professional production for your grand concert, festival, or outdoor event? Kairi Sounds is here to provide you with everything you need. PA system, stage, lighting, microphones, tents, LED digital screens, generators, projectors, crowd barriers, and more. We also offer free event consultation to ensure the success of your special event. Call us today at 612-4050. Kairi Sounds, your partner in sound, stage, and lighting services.
Welcome back to Kairi TV News. Stakeholders in the maritime industry have benefited from a recent training program with the German Development Agency. The aim of the workshop was to develop practical steps towards the sustainable financial mechanisms for the marine economy. The main objectives of this mechanism include introducing participants to practical hands-on approaches, techniques and principles of marine financing, and improving the skills of managers. Training specialist Talifa Loda says the knowledge gained is expected to enable participating agents of marine protected areas, MPAs, to tap into and capitalize on emerging opportunities and take practical steps to diversify income streams.
We were able to assist the MPAs in understanding, increasing their knowledge in sustainable financing. We were able to guide them in presenting the most appropriate tools for financial planning. We were able to make emphasis on the methodologies that they should include in looking at the financial planning for the MP. So therefore, we were able to assist Grenada, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, OECS countries. And we were able to, as I said, we had a 4-day training session where these individuals were able to interact, reminding them that they had to increase their productive assets and at the same time minimizing their liabilities, that they had to include environmental, social, and of course economic indicators while planning for the MPA. So any investment that is decided upon or even a project that they're going to implement within that MPA space, they should consider the environment. They should consider the social factors that would impact on the community that is within that marine protected area.
The Sustainable Marine Financing Program supported the development of requisite skills to enable the successful implementation of non-traditional financing mechanisms for MPA management. Additionally, facilitators reminded MPA managers that emphasis needs to be placed on climatic assessments to collect data and identify risks. And Voice of Life Radio VOL will be hosting its annual Share-a-thon event starting Wednesday. The 4-day event, which starts at 6 a.m. and ends at 9 p.m. each day, will run until Saturday, December 17th. This is in an effort to give listeners and the supporters a chance to donate and pledge funds to Voice of Life Radio.
Coming up on the 14th, we're going to be having our share campaign. Voice of Life is a listener radio supported radio station, and that's what we have every year. We're 47 years old now, and annually in December we have our listener support campaign. It's always been successful. Yeah, people are committed. People themselves are cashing in on it. Sometimes we don't ask them to do that, but sometimes they would be having a need and they would pledge according to that need, and the testimonials are fantastic.
According to Program Director at Voice of Life Radio, Gary Didier, the almost 50-year-old radio station has been hosting its Share-a-thon as its primary income earner since inception.
Maintenance, you work at a radio station, you know how that happens. Things break down, you need to change your computers, salaries, electricity, it pays all of that. We have no one person paying those things. It comes, the running of the Voice of Life comes from the Share-a-thon.
The public is being urged to play its part in keeping the radio station on air by calling 1-767-440-8633 and 1-767-449-8660 to pledge or donate. You are watching Kairi TV News. Stay tuned for a recap of the headlines right after this.
Are you looking for that perfect setup for your conference, seminar, or company function? Or maybe you need a low-budget setup for your party, dinner, or private gathering. How about that professional production for your grand concert, festival, or outdoor event? Kairi Sounds is here to provide you with everything you need. PA system, stage, lighting, microphones, tents, LED digital screens, generators, projectors, crowd barriers, and more. We also offer free event consultation to ensure the success of your special event. Call us today at 612-4050. Kairi Sounds, your partner in sound, stage, and lighting services.
To end the news, the headlines again. A new cabinet of ministers have been sworn in office, forming the next government. Strides being taken to revamp Dominica's coconut industry. And stakeholders better positioned to benefit from a marine financing agency. Tune in to 107.9, 93.1, 91.1 and 88.7 to catch our radio newscast at 6:30 a.m., 1 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. Tune in to Flow Channel 953 at 8 p.m. Monday to Friday to watch our TV news with repeats at 10 p.m. and 8 a.m. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Kairi FM. Check us out on Instagram at Kairi FM and follow us on Twitter at Kairi FM Dominica. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Donella Riviere. Thank you for watching.